How can you use your home to create and support your life vision? The words life vision can seem pretty intimidating. Besides that, what does your life vision have to do with your home? In today's video, we're going to talk exactly about that. We're going to be digging into different categories of your home and ways that you can activate those. And this is just an intro video. Watch this for introduction to this topic. And if you find it interesting, please subscribe because I will be making many more videos about this. So a vision board is a physical representation of what you want in your life. Not only things like I want a new car, I want a new house, but also your traits, your characteristics. So what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be more honest? Do you want to be more determined? This exercise is also going to help you think of things that represent those characteristics that you want to be in your life. And also we're going to cover experiences. So experiences being, I want my 2-month backpacking trip through Europe. I want to be able to go to this special place with my family. Any type of experiences. I want to have a presentation in front of a large audience and I want to do great. These kind of experiences are also what we're going to be considering, as well as your big goals in life. So you want to start your own company. You want this type of job, you want to move to this neighborhood, for example. Maybe you're wondering, okay, but I don't have a life vision. So step one, a couple tips for you. And then again, this will be an entirely separate video about this, but you can use meditation to discover your life vision, or my favorite way, I love to take a solo retreat. So a solo retreat, just take even as many days as you can get, but just one day is also okay. Go off by yourself into your favorite place, wherever that may be, and bring your journal because you're going to need to do a lot of journaling through this time. And you can find so many prompts online about discovering your life vision. That is a bit of a different topic. So this video is mostly going to focus on after you have your life vision, what are you going to do? Let's take it from there. Let's say you know what you want. You have an idea how to get it. But how do you really cement that in to make sure that you can continue making progress on your goal? For your life vision for your home, one way we can break these categories of our life into areas of our home is using the Bagua map. So the Bagua map is 9 areas. It's a rectangle, and it's 9 areas that you overlay over the layout of your home, and that's how you know which area of your home to activate for each area of your life. You have wealth and prosperity, fame and reputation, love and your partnerships, family, health, creativity and playfulness, your knowledge and cultivation, your career, also helpful people or acquaintances in your life, and travel. So basically it covers every category of your life. So more than focusing so much on where the exact layout on the Bagua map is, what space in your home, I really recommend you to play around with it to find out what area feels good for you to have these different representations in. You can play around with the Bagua map if you're really like, I have no clue like where would even be my fame and reputation area. You can play around with that to see if like that area on the Bagua map is what would match, feels good for you, do it. If it feels weird, if you're like, I don't know, I feel very strange about my career being in the toilet, because it sounds like a metaphor, please pick a different area. That is totally fine. Where it is in your home is not as important as what you're putting in there. So that's what we're gonna focus on. Here are some examples of ways that you can activate these different areas of your life using your home. For example, if you have a business and you have a home office and you really want to have more international business partnerships, you might put a globe on your desk to represent these relationships and what those would mean for you. One example from my personal life is this beautiful little creature right here. So I believe it is a dinosaur. I call it a dinosaur. And it is made from shells, and I did not make this, but every time I see this, it reminds me of my ability to be creative, my ability to take something that and not take that literal meaning, to make something new out of it. For example, the man who made this, he sees shells and he sees creatures out of those shells. And I have many little shell creatures around my home because of him. They inspire me to be creative and playful and not take life so seriously. And also something I took from my desk. This is a very beautiful handmade pen holder that my good friend made for me. And every time I am stressed and I'm working and I see this on my desk, I feel very supported. So here are just a few examples from my own life. Something important that I want you to keep in mind, because we're all about sustainability, you do not need to buy something to activate a certain area of your home. If you find something and you're like, this really, really represents what kind of person I want to be, by all means, yes, you can buy it. You don't have to, find something in your home, and by moving it around or putting it in a new place can really change the significance of that object. And you don't even need a thing. Also, picture can be a really great representation. For example, if you want to remind yourself of what a support network that you have, maybe you want to take a nice photo of you from some conference that you joined. That was a really great memory for you, or some picture of you and your friends. Something important to keep in mind, especially, pictures and also objects. You can have these kind of problems with either one. Make sure it's 100% a good memory. If that picture, 95% of that conference was great, but 5% was a really horrible experience, you're still going to remember that 5% more than the 95%. So be very careful when deciding which picture or what object you want to use to activate your life vision. How do these objects work? These give you the power of intention, because by placing them, you're putting a certain intention on that object. And every time you see that object, you'll also be thinking of that intention that you had when you put it there. This might not work right away, especially if you're reusing an object from another area of your home. So it might take some trial and error. Just when you see that object, keep repeating to yourself, okay, I am an honest and kind and considerate person, or whatever value or experience you want that to represent. And it just takes a couple of times, kind of repeat this to yourself before it becomes more of a habit. And by constantly thinking these things in your mind, first it starts in your mind and then it becomes reality. So you will find yourself starting to act more in accordance to what your life vision is, and also for decisions that you want to make. So for example, if you have things in your home that remind you that I'm a strong human, I'm an athlete, I love to work out, then it's going to be easier for you to making those decisions to work out. So you're not going to be as tempted to sit on the sofa, because your whole home is supporting you, saying, hey, you're an athlete, you're a successful runner, you run a marathon, you can do it, these kind of messages. And it might seem a little subtle at first, but these really compound over time. So all of these little messages that you'll be getting, these are really the things that can help you make the decisions to push you forward. There's a lot we can say about this topic, and I will be certainly making more videos about this in the future, but this is just a very brief intro to just the whole concept of using your home as a vision board. This is a very new channel, so please take the time to like this video and subscribe. It is much appreciated, and I'm looking forward to bringing you more great content in the future. See ya!